Friends, it's Everything Mayor. My name's Tom Butwin. Welcome to the show. This is the ultimate, we aim to be the ultimate John Mayer fan podcast. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're in repair, as John would say. But we're almost together and we're getting there. Of course, I couldn't help it. But hey, if you're new, because you're here from Zach Bryan's fan base, which is what we're going to talk about today on this kind of emergency episode on the 4th of July, and the 4th of July across the world, but of course in the United States, where I am based, it is our Independence Day. And on this same day, we got a new album from Zach Bryan, which features some pretty interesting guest spots, one of which, John Mayer on guitar and vocals, as well as Bruce Springsteen. So a pretty incredible, just those two names alone, pretty incredible. I am quickly becoming a Zach Bryan fan. I don't know a lot about him. So if you're here for him, because this popped up in your feed on this new album day for you Zach Bryan fans, welcome to the show. If you like John Mayer, please consider sticking around, checking out previous episodes or future episodes. But today we are going to talk about that guest spot that John Mayer has on Better Days. Now, we've talked about John Mayer and Zach Bryan before. We went through the Revival guitar duel, which was really fun. And I knew there was another tune that he had sat in on that show, but being someone who's not really familiar with Zach Bryan's music, more familiar now, but at the time we did that episode, it kind of went over my head that they did a song called Better Days. And that song is now on his new record, which is really cool. And I haven't dug into the whole thing yet, but I plan to today, as I'm sure many of you have also. Was it a surprise drop today for this record? I know you knew it was coming, you Zach Bryan fans, but was it a surprise? I'm not sure. I thought I saw something that said that maybe nobody was expecting it today. But hey, if that's the case, awesome. Even if you were expecting it, what a great day to check out a new record outside, hopefully enjoying your day here, wherever you are, whether you're in the United States or anywhere else. Now, I would love to break down the actual album track because the recording is really cool. It's great. Incredible Mayer guitar tone. Zach Bryan's voice is awesome. The song is awesome. And the way that it's arranged and orchestrated with the different guitars and mixed, it's really cool. Put on some good headphones. Don't listen to it on your phone, maybe your Bluetooth speaker, but put on some good headphones and listen to it. Instead of doing the album version, which is going to get me in trouble with YouTube, we're going to go to a different view. There we go. We're going to go to Jake Smith, who has some video back from the Crypto.com Arena show where Mayer and Zach Bryan did this tune. And like I said, it kind of went over my head. I don't know if you were at that show. Did it go over your head? Probably not, because Mayer was up on stage, so you're paying attention. At that time, it was a new unreleased song. It's now been released. Here's the live version. We're going to listen to it, break it down, talk about it, and I hope you enjoy it. So here we go. I've kind of queued it up to the first solo right after the chorus, so you get the idea of what the tune is all about. Peter S. McCarty, love it. Very much a Dead and Company style solo. Makes sense. Try so hard and wind up getting burned. Really cool tune. So Mayer sings on this tune on the record, but obviously here he's just playing guitar with Zach Bryan's band. Cool stage too, by the way. A couple more solos here. Let's jump to. Can we jump to the next one? Let's see. Tap. Great line from John Mayer there. nice. Very nice. How cool. Were any of you at this show? That's what I'd like to know next. If you were at the show, drop a comment below. Let me know how that moment was when he brought Mayer out. I'm assuming that happened before Mayer came out again for Revival, which I'm guessing is probably how Zach Bryan closes shows. If not, I can't imagine what comes after that song, because that seems like a party every time he does it. So, but really cool. Like I said earlier, I feel like today is a big day because I'm on the cusp of getting into an artist I don't know anything about, thanks to John Mayer again. This has happened many times before. Last time this happened was JP Saxe with John Mayer, and I've actually been to a JP Saxe show now, which was really great. So Mayer has that power. Who has he introduced you to that you now listen to and love? I mean, the list goes on, I'm sure, because he's kind of like this steward of music. If he shows up on someone's record, I have to go check out that person's music. You have to do it as a Mayer fan. But again, welcome though to this if you are a Zach Bryan fan, because this is a really cool thing. Two communities colliding. I would guess that most John Mayer fans, prior to listening to this collaboration, or maybe when this collaboration first happened live, I don't think the fan bases had that much crossover. I wouldn't imagine so. I could be wrong. But I would imagine that they were kind of separate things, because Zach Bryan is pretty solidly in the country world, and John Mayer is, while he's dabbled in folky pop, is definitely not a country artist by any means. But in the days of pop music really kind of going, I won't say away from guitar playing, but there's a very specific type of guitar playing that exists in most pop music today. Guitar players like John Mayer are going to be just naturally a better fit on country records of the day, which are not really necessarily like very country in a lot of cases. Zach Bryan's sound is definitely country-ish. Lyrics, of course, kind of fit that vein, but it's got that kind of blurred line between rock, country, Americana, folk, that sort of thing. This is not the only appearance John Mayer is making this week, though, on new material. David Ryan Harris, who is, if you're not familiar, John Mayer's longtime collaborator, longtime guitar player live. David Ryan Harris has a history of his own and resume, which is just out of this world. Even if you know who he is, go to his Wikipedia page and just look back at the things that he's done. It's unbelievable. But he's got a project he's slowly releasing singles. Maybe it's going to be an album at some point, but they're cover tunes. And I think it's Forever Young, not the Rod Stewart song, but the Bob Dylan tune that, I'm looking it up as I'm speaking here, that David Ryan Harris covered. And he's doing a whole bunch of songs like this. It's got John Mayer and Derek Trucks on it. So if one collaboration this week is not enough, make sure you go check out Forever Young featuring John Mayer and Derek Trucks, another guitar player. If you don't know who Derek Trucks is, you've been missing out, everyone. Probably the finest slide guitar player who has maybe ever lived. I don't know. Up there for sure. With David Ryan Harris, who, if you're here on Everything Mayer, you probably know who David Ryan Harris is. I would imagine he's been around since the Heavier Things touring days publicly, but he's been friends with Mayer for quite a while, back from his kind of first foray into the Atlanta music scene back in the late 90s. But David Ryan Harris' career goes way back before that. I remember finding out about him first from a DMB, Dave Matthews Band, live recording from 1995, which is actually recorded very near to where I grew up. And David Ryan Harris was in the opening band, but also guest starred on a few songs on guitar with the Dave Matthews Band. So very cool there. If you are also new, we are reaching a point earlier than normal, because this is kind of an emergency episode. This is a point of the show that I like to call the After Dinner Mint. So welcome to the After Dinner Mint, where we get a little looser on the show and aren't so concerned with the algorithm and keeping people's attention, because if you've made it this far, you're a real one and you're hanging out and you're here for the duration. So those of you who have heard this show before will know that we do have a special episode coming up. And it actually got pushed back a little bit because of this John Mayer release with Zach Bryan, which was kind of unexpected to me. But it's going to feature our first guest, Alex Meyer of Super Danger Studios. This episode was filmed in Nashville, Tennessee, when I spent some time down there earlier this year. Super cool episode, a lot of fun. And those of you who are members of the channel have had the opportunity to see it already. It's still available right now for members, but it's not out yet to the public. It will be at some point soon. But if you want to dive into the topic, this is the topic that we covered, is what is the best song on each of the 8 studio albums that John Mayer has released. So I picked my favorite, or my top song on each record. Alex picked his. We went through in order of release and talked about our picks and why we picked them, and whether or not we could change each other's minds, which I don't remember if we did or not. But we both had good reasons for picking everything we picked. So that's on the horizon. It's coming. And if you've been listening to the show, you know that's coming. Hopefully more guests in the future. Well, definitely more guests, but just how we deliver them to you is up in the air at the moment, but will be determined very soon. So again, last episode we talked about new John Mayer music, and I think we're all pretty much of the thought that it's not coming anytime soon, but that's okay. That's okay, because I think we're going to see more collaborations like we've seen, and I think it's fun. I think it's cool to me, actually. I like it. It's not a John Mayer record, but it's cool to hear him play on other people's stuff. He put up a really cool Instagram post, just saying to Zach Bryan, basically, like, thank you for letting me be a part of your dreams as they come true, which is really cool, because I think, while Mayer's had some incredible success over his career, he is definitely still aware of where he came from and what it took to get to the point that Mayer is at. So I think it's really cool to see him as this like elder statesman who is now playing on younger artists' records as they come up through the ranks. And I'm sure he operates as an advisor to them to help them avoid pitfalls that Mayer himself has, sometimes fallen victim to. So very cool. And again, if you made it this far and you're a Zach Bryan fan, my God, thank you so much, because that's an awesome commitment. I hope you'll stick around for future episodes if you happen to be a Mayer fan. For those of you who are Mayer fans, appreciate you sticking out this shorter episode. And I will see you soon. Generally, episodes drop Sunday-ish, Monday-ish, just depends. You can always get it earlier if you're a member. So again, check that out if you're interested in it. But I will see you. I don't know if we'll do a show this weekend. It's the 4th right now, talking about this release. There'll be another show like 3 days from now. We might put it off and wait. We'll see. Drop a comment below. Do you want another show on Sunday? Do you want another show? Let me know. If you really want one, maybe I'm sure we could find something to talk about, of course. If not, though, I will see you in the next one. Make sure you check out all the back episodes here on the channel, and I will talk to you very soon.